I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Sit down.
Of
Please,
the
please stop.
COVID victims.
Please sit down. Please sit down, or I'm afraid you'll have to leave the hearing room. I'm sorry, if you don't sit down, I'm going to ask the ushers to get you to leave. Right, ushers, please, could you ask them to leave?
That I understand the feelings of these victims and their families, and I am deeply sorry for the pain and the loss and the suffering of those victims and their families. And grateful though I am to the hundreds of thousands of healthcare workers and many other public servants and people in all walks of life who helped to protect our country throughout a dreadful pandemic, I do hope that this inquiry will help to get the answers to the very difficult questions that those victims and those families are rightly asking. Can I, for the avoidance of doubt, make it absolutely clear I haven't removed any WhatsApps from my phone, and I've given you everything that I think you need.
What primary mistakes, Mr. Johnson, are you referring to in paragraph 10 when you say there was terrible suffering, but in relation to which, where we failed, I apologise again? For what are you apologising?
Inevitably, we got some things wrong. I think we were doing our best at the time, given what we knew, given the information I had available to me at the time. I think we did our level best.
Did you ever read their minutes, or were you wholly reliant on the CMO and the GCSA to relay to you what Sage had said?
I think I did once or twice look at or maybe more than that. I looked at what Sage had actually said, and Sage certainly produced a lot of documentation. A lot of the language, the style that you refer to is completely unknown to me. Or indeed to anybody else not on that group. I've apologised to one particular person who suffered abuse in one of those publicised WhatsApp exchanges. But I would make a distinction between the type of language used and the decision-making processes of the government and what we got done. I think that in that period, January really to the end of February, towards the end of February, COVID was pretty much like a cloud on the horizon, no bigger than a man's hand, and you didn't know whether it was going to turn into a typhoon or not. And I certainly didn't. I was unsure. I think that it would certainly be fair to say of me, the entire Whitehall establishment, scientific community included, our advisors included, that we underestimated the scale and the pace of the challenge.
But advice was given generally before that, advising against greetings such as shaking hands. Did you know?
I didn't, but I do think that it was. I shouldn't have done that in retrospect, and I should have been more precautionary. But I wanted to be encouraging to people, and so I think it's on that day that I go to Colindale, to PHE, and although I've been told, sorry, this is in my statement, but although I've been told that we have a fantastic belt and braces system, I was a little bit concerned about. I had a feeling that perhaps they weren't really as across the situation as I've been led to believe.